Hey guys, it's me, Julia. In this video, I'll be going over practice test number 4, no calculator section, question 20. So let's get started. So this question is this question is a, okay, let's do this. This question is a rate of change question. And you will know why very soon. The mesosphere is the layer of Earth's atmosphere between 50 kilometers and 85 kilometers above Earth's surface. So this is just background information, but you should know like what we're talking about because there's similar numbers here. At a distance of 50 kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere is -5 degrees Celsius. And at a distance of 80 kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere is -80 Celsius. For every additional 10 kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere decreases by K degrees Celsius, where K is a constant. What is the value of K? So I know there's a bunch of similar numbers, 80, 50, 10, 5, but the mesosphere part doesn't actually matter. What matters is what we're dealing with. So we have kilometers above Earth's surface. That's one thing. And the other one is temperature. So we can confirm that those two are the things we're dealing with by looking at the final question. So the final question is really important. So if you look over to the last question, for every additional 10 kilometers from Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere decreases by K degrees Celsius, where K is constant. What is the value of K? So that's the last part you really need to focus. And it's really, it will make your life easier if you just construct a fraction or a ratio from this. So every additional 10 kilometers, the temperature in the mesosphere decreases by -K degrees. So that's basically what's happening, okay? So how would we know that? Well, we're actually given 2 points. Think of this whole thing as a graph. It doesn't matter whether you know what a mesosphere is or not. But you really need to discard the background information, like this part right here, the 50 kilometers and the 85 kilometers, that's no use in this question. So you really need to know what you need to look at. So what's really important is starting from this part that I just marked, at a distance of 50 kilometers from Earth's surface. So this is talking about the kilometers, not the temperature. The temperature in the mesosphere is -5 degrees Celsius. So we just need to construct it in the way that matches the fraction that we have just constructed earlier. So the kilometer should be at the top, the temperature needs to be at the bottom. So at 50 kilometers, it's -5 degrees Celsius, okay? And at a distance of 50 kilometers from the Earth's surface, excuse me, 80 kilometers from the Earth's surface, the temperature in the mesosphere is -80 Celsius, okay? So just subtract the 2 points because that's how you get the rate of change. So the reason why we're trying to get the rate of change is so that we know the value for every additional 10 kilometers, or if we want to know for every additional something, we need to know how much the line changes for each kilometer or for each Celsius. And in order to know that, since we're given 2 points, we can actually understand how much it changes from one point to another. And that's basically what we're doing. So we're not doing anything crazy. It's just we're trying to use what we're given to construct something that we can use to get to the answer. So that's the rate of change. So that's probably that's going to be negative 30 over 75. And from here, make sure to put the signs, but it's going to be negative 30 kilometers over 75 degrees Celsius. And what we want to know is this K right here when it's plus 10 kilometers. So every plus 10 kilometers. But then at the moment, it's negative 30 kilometers, and we need to fix that. So what I would do is I would construct a ratio. So a ratio is basically a fraction, but written horizontally if you want to think of it. I mean, it's easier to understand that way. So it's 10 kilometers, 2. So this line, this fraction line, is basically like these 2 dots, the columns, and it's negative K degrees Celsius, and that is going to equal to negative 30 kilometers to 75 degrees. So from here, we can construct negative 300 kilometers equals, oh, no, sorry, my bad. You have to go from the inside. So that's going to be 30K and 750. Okay. And K equals 750 over 30, which is going to be 25. And notice how I mixed up the units. So why I did that is because for any ratios, you need to start from the middle and then the outer sides. So you can't just go on do it like that or some weird stuff. But it's just you can work with the fractions from like right here, but it's just really easier to see it laid out horizontally into ratios, just so that you can kind of use your algebra and isolate K, which is what we want to know. We don't need to know anything else besides K. We just need to we just want to know K when it's 10 kilometers. And this was obviously not meeting that plus 10 kilometers. It wasn't in that format. So we just needed to find K. And yep, so K is 25.